I'm Lisa, and I'm the mom half of this duo.
And I'm Shada. I'm Lisa's daughter. And welcome to Two Peas in a Plot, our little corner of the internet where we talk all things books.
We read across genres and love everything from underrated gems to longtime favorites.
And just a quick heads up while we try to avoid spoilers, we do talk about what we liked or didn't. So there might be a few light spoilers along the way just to give you some context.
So if you love stories and want to grow your TBR, hit that subscribe button and join the plot. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today's book is called Old Habits. It's Albert Smith's Mystery Thrillers by Steve Higgs. This was published in 2024, and I've read another series, the Patricia Fisher series, where she's on a cruise ship. And I noticed with this author, he uses the same character to start, like, I want to call them like offshoot series. Like this, the Albert Smith
Spin-offs.
spin-offs. Thank you.
Spin-offs.
My old version is offshoots.
Offshoots is very herbological, like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
horticultural, like
True.
offshoots. Yeah, spin-offs though. What
Spin-offs.
offshoots is okay.
Yeah. Well, I like spin-offs too. That's more the now time. But he has the same character with like different series. Like he still focuses on food. He loves food, this Albert Smith, and he had his dog Rex with him. But this one is more of a mystery thriller, where the other one was more food related, but I guess still solved mysteries. I don't know. I haven't read them. But anyway, I loved it. And basically, it's about a retired police detective, Albert, and his dog, Rex, which is a German Shepherd. And you know, we love our German Shepherds here. We're on our third one, our Shada is, but we
Yeah,
get to have her over for
a lot,
sleepovers. Yeah.
a lot.
She's
And
so
you guys
sweet.
are her favorite people. So,
Yeah.
well,
Well, grandparents usually are. She's our
yeah.
grand dog. We love her, but she really loves Grandpa the best. And that's okay. She adores him.
Yeah, they are twin flames, they're soulmates. Their souls have found each other across the space-time continuum, which is how I describe it to other people like at work. Also, she's barking right now, so hopefully the noise suppression is doing its job so you
Oh,
can't hear.
she's
So I'm
ready
going to
to
mute
go.
myself while you continue explaining this book, just in case.
Okay. So again, it's about Albert and his dog Rex, which is a German Shepherd, and they get involved in solving a case. And the funny part of the book is that Rex talks to other dogs, which end up helping him and his human find the bad guys. And here is an excerpt from the Amazon page of the book. It's Dirk de Graaf has kept his deadly secret for 23 years. Not one person on the planet knows until today. A chance encounter in the street threatens to expose everything and topple an empire he built with little more than ruthless cunning. But it's just one man, one old man, and one old man can be dealt with easily enough, or so Dirk de Graaf thinks. He should have picked a different old man because some old habits are hard to break, and getting into trouble is Albert's specialty. So you think it's Albert the one that gets preyed upon, basically, but he basically sees another gentleman get on the train with him, and he notices two, I think bad character is the only thing I can think of. The bad
Unsavory.
guys, unsavory is perfect. This is why I'm not a writer. Two unsavory types get on the train and they're really watching this older gentleman that's sitting in front of Albert on the train. And he tries to watch him and he thinks the unsavory guys have stopped looking at him. Maybe they were looking at somebody else. But by the time he realizes the older gentleman is off the train, the two unsavory types have snuck off the train too, and he feels something's going to happen to him. So he gets off on the next stop and follows where he thinks he sees the older gentleman go and the two unsavory types, and helps the older gentleman who's been beaten. And so does Rex too. So I just want to explain that little part. It gets everything going really fast in this book. But altogether, I really love the story. It paced fast for me. And I loved the investigation. It was more of an investigative because there was no murder. It's just more of a mystery. Well, I shouldn't say there's no murders, but it was an investigation and a mystery. And there could be some murders sprinkled throughout. But, and at first it felt a little silly at times with the dog talking. But, the author did it really well, and I fell into the story enough to enjoy the conversations that was going on with the canines. And it was a nice break from the humans talking, and it gave a different perspective to the investigations. And I'll definitely read more in this series. But don't let that turn you off. It's just as cute as can be and a good mystery. I thought the investigative part was really, really good. And he meets a lot of different characters. And what I guess he did in his other book with this Albert Smith character is he travels constantly. He's lost his wife. I don't know if it's been a while, but he doesn't like to be at home. So him and Rex travel a lot to different countries and to enjoy different types of food. And it's not so much focused on the food like I think as other series with Albert is, but this one's more on mysteries that get solved. But super cute. And Shada, you're the one that got me hooked on this author, Steve Higgs. He even has another series that I want to try that I've got on my wish list, and it's with another author, which I didn't write down, but I plan on
I
going
think
through
he's
the first
co-authored a
episode.
few series at this point.
He probably
But
has.
and now this is kind of weird because I have not read any Steve Higgs books,
No.
but he's an indie author and he's given some talks at the big indie author conferences. And there was one in particular that I watched. I didn't go to the conference, but they're on YouTube. And it was very interesting to hear about his process. He was in the British Army for like 20 plus years. And then I guess he went into civilian work. I don't know what exactly he did, but he said that he was working a really high powered job, but it required like 70 to 80 hours a week. And he has this anecdote about like there was one day where he was like, I don't know whether to pack my lunch or pack an axe in my lunchbox. So he decided, I'm not going to go to work. And he quit that day. But he, I guess, just put his like army sleep deprivation training into action. And he just became a writing machine because I guess he's always loved to write. He just hadn't had a chance before. But it was really interesting to listen to in terms of being a writer, production has always been my issue. Like I get really bogged down. I'm the type of person that can research something to death, and I don't feel like I'm ever done researching, so I can never get started. But so seeing his like no nonsense approach to this is how I write, this is what I do. It's very interesting. And another interesting tidbit that he may have put somewhere in his bio, or maybe I'm just remembering it from the comment section in the YouTube channel or the way his him talking about it. He when he starts writing a mystery, he doesn't know who did it
Ah,
until he gets to that point in the book. And then he
interesting.
says he'll have to go back and kind of like he'll put a note to himself like, "Oh, we need to foreshadow this." So he needs to go back and find a spot to foreshadow. But yeah, it's it's really cool seeing someone succeed on that level.
Hmm.
And I think he only had this is an older talk that he gave maybe like 5 plus years ago. So I think his back catalog has grown exponentially since then. And because he didn't talk about co-writing, I don't think. And you said that there was another series you're interested in that was co-written. I couldn't find that one, but I could find a different one. So I know he has lots of different series. He also writes some urban fantasy, I think.
Oh,
So he's got a lot of different stuff. Stuff. My
stuff. Well, here's the book. I have it on my I downloaded it from Kindle Unlimited to read eventually, and I always put it in there kind of so I won't forget. rather than put it in my wish list. So it's Penelope Cress and Steve Higgs. It's called Death by Dickens. Just sounds really cute. I can't remember what it's about, but it's called The Mike Atwell Mysteries. And that's book one. So I don't know what else he's written. I do like the Patricia Fisher, but I kind of wanted something different. She's like, I think I have another one, and I think he has another Patricia Fisher mystery that she's not on the cruise ship, but she's on land. So I think, like Albert Smith, he starts out being a culinary mystery, and then he goes into just the straight mysteries with a little dabble in the food or talks about the food.
That is very interesting. I'm gonna get nerdy
Hmm.
as a writer here because I've seen like to me a traditional spinoff is like you've got your core series and then you take maybe a secondary character and give and then they're the star of their own series. I have never seen an author take the same character and do a spinoff like themed series. That
Yeah,
is very interesting.
it's really
I
interesting.
I feel like that would be a really cool thing to do, but I'm also like I'm thinking I just don't know that because epic fantasy is not episodic in the same way that like mysteries are like, we're going on this one destination like trip.
Right.
So I think fantasy lends itself less to that because it's not as episodic where you can just kind of pluck the character and put them in a different type of series. But that is a very interesting like series model.
I know.
I have never seen that.
I haven't either. And that's why I was getting so confused when I was first doing the Patricia Fisher, because I started with a cruise and then I think I picked a book where she was in land and I didn't know what was going on. So I kind of put those aside. But I think I'm going to follow this series, the Albert Smith series, and then go back and read the culinary maybe. But I have to start the Death by Dickens soon. I don't know. It just sounds too cute. Not just the title. I'm sure I read the description, but I could go down a whole nother trail if I
Oh,
open that up and look at what it's.
well, I just
Oh,
searched for it
uh-huh.
and it has some Pomeranians on the cover and
Oh
some
yeah.
books
Yes.
and a knife stuck in the books and a little bit of blood.
Yeah.
It looks really cute and
It looks cute.
it's like vector illustrations, so it looks very cute.
It looks cute. Just yeah, really like this author a lot. Didn't disappoint and just highly recommend any of his series. Well, again, we always appreciate you hanging out with us and thanks for being here and talking books with us.
And if you love stories and want to grow your TBR, hit that subscribe button and join the flat with us, and we'll see you in the next chapter. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.